Hi folks, welcome to Let's Go Car Cruising. My name's Mark and I'm a certified car nut. I go to car shows, cruise nights, cars and coffees, anything with cars and sometimes trucks and wheels, and I'm there and I'm getting the stories, because the stories and the memories we have with these automobiles, that's where it's at. That's cool. So down here again in North Smithfield, Rhode Island at a restaurant called the Beef Barn. And they've got a couple of big fields out behind, and on a Tuesday night, this is the place to be if you're anywhere nearby, because they pack them in and a lot of good quality stuff. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, click that like button, hit the subscribe, and ring that bell so that you get notified when I put stuff up as soon as I do, because I've got some really awesome stuff planned, and the hits are going to keep coming, folks. If you like the video, here's another idea. Check out the channel. Check out some of the other videos, because some of the stories that I've already got this year are just phenomenal. You can't make this stuff up, folks. It's really cool. So again, thanks for watching. We're going to get to it, and let's go car cruising. All right, folks, we're here with Chet, and Chet's got a really sharp Chevrolet pickup truck, and I was saying you don't see many of these. You see mostly Fords. So
right. It's a 1936.
Okay.
And I bought it a few years ago, and it was partially complete.
Okay.
Down in Connecticut, and
sure.
We've been working on it ever since, and having a good time with it, and going out a lot of shows.
Yes.
I go to Hopedale Airport. I go to Upton. Come down here. Sheldon's had one up there a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of interesting people, and people I haven't seen for 40 or 50 years come along with a hot rod or a custom.
And like, hey, I know you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, it is.
That's awesome.
It's
so
fun.
It's custom, but got the comforts of home. I can see nice, comfortable interior.
Yeah, it's got vintage air, vintage heat. So when you go out on a day like this, the air works beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's got a tilt wheel, so it's not in your belly.
Okay.
Where this used to have the gas tank in the back.
Yes.
Behind the seat.
Oh, okay.
There wasn't much room.
Right, right.
So what we did on this is it's only got 12 gallons under the bed, so I put another 10 on top of the bed with one of those round stainless steel barrels.
Okay, and it looks cool too.
So now you can cruise a little while. Before,
sure.
You're looking for a gas station every time you went around the corner.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Well, we enjoy it very much, and the people, like I said, the people you meet and see is the best part of it.
So, and you've had fun building it too.
Oh, that, and the grandkids love it. Old ladies stop and look at it. Kids will stop. Can I take a picture?
Yeah.
Sure, do anything you want.
That's awesome.
And the neighbors all wave, because I don't go crazy when I'm in the neighborhood at all.
Sure.
So it makes it fun.
Well, that's a good thing.
It is.
Keeps the neighbors happy.
It does. Oh, I ride a Harley Tri-Glide, a trike.
Okay.
Same way. I go around the neighborhood, putt around, and off I go.
Yeah, there you go.
And nobody hates you.
That's a good way to put it.
Yep.
Well, thanks for taking the time to say hi, Chet, and tell me about the truck. I appreciate it. I love it, and have a ball with it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was great. All right.
Okay, well, folks, we're here with Tim, and Tim's got this little Mustang Capri here. Tell us what we got going on, Tim.
81 Mercury Capri. It's a Black Magic edition. Okay. So they made just a few of them. Interior was different than most of the Capris. It was set up so the seats were two-tone, matched the package. Came with gold TRX wheels, which I didn't keep the TRX because it was a 16.5-inch wheel. Very tough to find now. Only Coker makes tires for them, and they're 400 bucks a piece. So I went to a set of ROH Snipers. But it came out as a nice little addition. Mercury said, Capri Magic. So they gave you a little details about it.
Okay.
It's originally a 2.3 car. I kept it a 2.3 car, but I spiced the motor up a little bit because I wanted just a little bit more power out of it.
Okay.
So it's more of a sportsman's package now. I fabricated a header for it, put a Cannon intake and Carter 2-barrel on it.
Okay.
1979, 1980, you couldn't get headers for a car like this because they didn't fit down the tunnel on the side. So I took these as a Capri header because that's a 2.3, basically a Capri motor.
Yep.
And fashioned them so they'd fit down in, so I get a little more power out of it.
Wow.
Set up MSD. It's a nice little sports car.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. T-tops come out in the summertime. It's just fun.
And you have a ball with it.
Yeah, yeah, I really do. About 20 horse. That was it. It's
Yeah.
a SVO bottom end, so it's forged internals, and I put a cam in it. So it rocks along a little bit better.
Perfect.
Put in a 5-speed and 373 gears in the back, so she pulled right along on the highway. I don't have any problem keeping up with my friends now with their 5.0s.
There you
That's
go.
what I was looking for. So.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking the time to
No
tell me about it.
No problem. It's a lot of fun.
Enjoy the heck out of it.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. All right, folks, we're here with Mark, and he's got this really sharp little Datsun convertible. Roadster convertible.
Yep, 1600.
What year is this, Mark?
1966.
1966. Wow.
Got
When did Datsun really
180,000.
start?
55 when they imported them into the U.S.
Oh, that far back. I wasn't.
The reason they put a Datsun on the car in Japan, they're known as Nissan, the Nissan of today.
Right.
They were worried if the cars failed, it wouldn't impinge upon their Nissan brand.
Ah.
So they created an American name so that if things went bad, they just shut the name down.
So was the same car sold in Japan under Nissan?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, these were called Fair Ladies in Japan.
Ah,
but
okay.
in the U.S.,
I've
they're
heard of those.
1600s.
Okay.
Yep.
That's awesome. So how long have you had it?
I've had it since 17, so that's 7 years.
Yeah. Okay.
The first owner was 85 when he sold it after 45 years. He drove every day to work in this car in Torrance, California. So this is a California car.
California car.
That's the original plate when it was in 66.
The
it was
black plate,
registered.
right? Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, he lost his garage and he needed some motor work, and he finally said, "Oh, I guess I got to get rid of it."
So how did you find? Were you out there, or?
No, I know a guy in San Francisco that restores these.
Ah.
And he knew of a guy,
Okay.
and that man, the original owner, sold it to the guy I bought it from. He had it 18 months, but it sat in his driveway with his other 8 or 10 cars, and his wife said, "You got to start selling cars."
Okay.
And I called him, and at first he was like, "Where'd you get my number?" He didn't want to sell it.
Yeah.
About a month later, he called me back. He said, "I might sell it." So I jumped on it
Right.
because it's a rust-free car. That's the key with Datsuns.
Yeah.
If they're in New England,
Forget it. You're right. You're
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So little 4-cylinder.
4-cylinder, yep. And
Okay.
it's got twin SU cobs.
Okay.
They're actually made by Hitachi, but it's really a knockoff of the British Stromberg.
Ah, I see. Okay.
You know.
Cool.
But yeah, I can open the hood for you.
Well, we'll check it out.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks, Mark. I appreciate you telling me the story of the car, and
No problem.
have a ball with it because it's really cool.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
All right, folks. We're here with Michael, and he's got this nice little Model A Roadster. And what year is that, Michael?
1928.
28 Model A Roadster.
My father purchased this in 1958 in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It is now mine. 1928 is the first year for the Model A. This is a true roadster. There is no exterior door handle. There is no side windows, no side curtains. A 29 would have curtains.
Oh, the 28s didn't even have curtains.
A roadster.
Yes.
There's a 4-door.
Yep.
There's the Cabriolet, which is the 4-door convertible, a 4-door or 2-door.
Yes.
Then they have the pickup truck, which it can come either in a convertible or a regular solid cab.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this one here.
Okay.
And the fenders, I'm told, are a little different in the 28s. 28s have a 21-inch rim. I think they went to a 19-inch rim sometime in 29
Okay.
or so. This is not a super early 28 because the emergency brake handle would be in a different location. This car new went for $385 plus shipping. And they said that one of the innovations of this car, the Model Ts only had rear brakes. The Model A's have front and rear brakes.
Okay.
And it mentions here that it has 40 horsepower. It'll do 65 miles an hour, which you don't want to do in this car.
No.
It's got the miles per gallon 20 to 30 and all the other niceties. And then this describes, this is the literature of the day of driving experience and how it drove and everything, and this discusses that.
So it was light years ahead of the Model T.
Yes, well,
for its day.
By this time, Chevrolet, Pontiac, Buick were all making a better car than the Model T. And
Okay.
Ford was almost embarrassed to have to make a Model A Roadster because the Model T was obviously, by this time the roads had gotten better.
Yes.
People wanted more advancements in their cars. Notice it has a rumble seat, so
Yep.
you would step up here, and fall into the back seat. And this is called the mother-in-law seat because you can't hear it from the back. However, this flap back here
Okay.
will fold, snap up there, and you can converse with the back seat if you choose.
Okay.
Model A Roadster, 4-cylinder. It says 40 horse, but I think it's more like 35. And it still has the crank in it, but it's electric start by this point. These came with manual levered brakes. This one has been converted to hydraulic brakes.
Okay. A little bit safer.
Yeah, and it does. This car does drive nicely. I mean, again, the tires are that wide, so
Right.
you don't want to go super fast with it.
Nicely for the type of car that it is.
Yeah, I've driven this to Newport, I've driven this to Masters, I've driven this to Connecticut, I've driven this all over the place.
Well, that's
Slowly,
awesome.
not on the highway, because obviously you don't want to be the guy doing on the slow lane getting passed by all these
Yeah,
cars.
people don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't understand.
And
Well,
then-
that's awesome. Thank you very much for telling me the
Not
story
a
of the car, and continue cruising it. Enjoy it. It's
Thank you.
it's a piece of the family, right?
Yeah. Good car. Like I said, it runs well.
Great. Thank you.
All right.
Looks like we've got a Corvette club here, folks. We've got some C7s, the C5, the C8, and all down the line.
1962 Galaxy XL 500 convertible
Okay.
that my son bought for me for Father's Day.
I hope my son does the same thing to me someday.
It's a car I had in high school with a different color, but
Okay.
it's what I had in high school my junior and senior year, and that's how he picked it out. It's a 352 Ford.
And it's the XL with the bucket
It's
seats
the
and
XL with the bucket seats and the stick shift. And
that's awesome.
it's smooth riding.
And I can see by the
I
smile on
take
your
it
face,
everywhere.
you enjoy the heck out of
I
it.
really do.
That's
Yep.
awesome. And you get to spend time with your son.
Yeah, this is a special thing we do together.
Well, that's
We
awesome.
go
Well,
over the places. We've been to Patriots Place up there.
Okay.
And we've been here a couple of times.
Yep.
And we're going to be going back to Patriots Place in a couple of weeks when they open again.
yeah, when it's not too hot, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's wicked on pavement up there. But, well, that's awesome. That's a great story. I appreciate you telling it, and continued success and enjoyment, and you've got a family legacy.
Yeah, we'll be following you a lot now that I got your.
Great. Thank you
your
very
page.
much. All right, folks, we're here with John, and John's got a really cool 75 Firebird.
Right.
And I said, I remember that TV show.
Yeah, actually that's the basis for my having one.
Yeah.
Back when I was a kid, it was a favorite show. Well, first of all, my uncle had a 67 Firebird,
Okay.
white, with a black vinyl, convertible top.
Okay, yep.
And that's where my first interest in Firebirds began.
Okay,
But then came along the TV show,
yep.
and I was a bit of a TV nerd.
Sure.
You know, watched a lot of TV, and I just started watching this show, and I had this 73 Ford Custom 500, which was a piece of junk.
Yep.
My first car, and I was saving up for what would be my first cool car.
Right, okay.
Okay, so I'm into this show, and I find one down at Gilbert Pontiac in Woonsocket.
Okay.
All right, so even though it's got rust along the doors and so forth, you know, when you're a kid, you just want to buy it.
You overlook that stuff.
That's right, you want to buy it. My dad's
Yep.
like, no, look at this. And my thumb went through the trunk and so forth, so whatever. It was maroon, it had a racing stripe, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was Rockford, same year, make and model, not color. That didn't matter to me. So I bought it.
Right.
And my dad came to appreciate the car for what it was, but 6 months later, 2 days before Christmas, my wife and I were on 126 in Bellingham in a snowstorm, bad idea,
Okay, yeah.
and there was something in the road, and I slid off and I hit a telephone pole,
Oh.
and they totaled the car, which I should have never allowed them to do because it didn't hit the pole that hard.
Okay.
But the car was gone.
Right.
So all these years later, I got and still own a 66 Mustang.
Yep.
But it never, I was always on the internet sort of getting a feel for what was still out there, what was available, and it was very discouraging because there was not a lot. I mean, a lot of formulas, a lot of Trans Ams,
Sure.
the more souped up versions.
Yes.
But the Esprit, no, not so much.
Right.
So I'm 68 now. I
Okay.
bought this 10 years ago, so I was about 58.
Yep.
And I kind of considered it a bucket list project. So I got on Craigslist and I searched all over the United States for it. I saw a lot of discouraging cars that weren't worth what they were asking, just too far gone.
Right, okay.
But this one I found in Minnesota.
Okay.
In a garage with 32,000 original miles.
Ooh.
Now I'd taken trips down to Virginia to look at a car that was not what it was made out to be. So I purchased an inspection service, Lemon Squad. They went down, they took over 100 pictures, they did a write-up on it, they gave it a thumbs up. I got an open car carrier to bring it home, put the money in an escrow account so that the guy wasn't nervous. I could inspect it there at home, and if I didn't like it, I could put it back on the car carrier and
send it home
with another $500.
Sure.
Still very reasonable if it didn't.
Right, exactly.
So, but it was good. It was really good, except for the lady had scratched up the door quite a bit, and I've had experience with mismatched paint, which really bothers me. So I painted the whole thing the same original persimmon color.
Okay.
But not the Rockford Falls color. People ask me, you're such a fan,
that was
why
kind of more gold, right?
Why didn't you just paint it like that? And it's an excellent question. And it's just that I get so many compliments about the paint, or did even prior to painting it, that I thought, it doesn't have to be exactly the same.
It's close. For someone who doesn't really know.
Yeah, that's right. And that's, frankly, the TV show relied on that.
Yeah.
You see them go down the Pacific Coast Highway, and they don't take a camera crew out there every time he goes down. They can't afford to do that.
Right.
So sometimes you'll be watching the show in, say, 1978, and you'll see the 75 go down the Pacific Coast Highway. It's all about saving money.
Right.
And you can certainly understand that. People didn't have big TVs back then.
Right.
And largely, just like you saying it's a close color, one really is not so close.
Yeah.
People don't know.
Most people that aren't car people don't even notice.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, that's awesome.
So there you go. That's my story.
Great
this is
story.
My bucket list car.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
It's even on my gravestone.
Yeah.
That's on it anyway.
Great. Have a good night now. Thank you.
Nice meeting you. Good luck with your check.
Little Model A, two-door. Well, looks like a sedan delivery type of car. Nicely appointed inside. Sharp green and black paint. Nice little hot rod. And my old friend Ed Parody's 34, I think he just told me, Chevrolet. And it's still going well. I met Paul, who owns it. I know. And he's having a ball with it. Cool car, brings back memories of the days of the Corvette Club. Lots of cool cars down here once again, folks. Got a 40 Ford. Coupe. Hot rod, street rod. Nice job. And next to it, nicely restored Ford pickup.
It looks like whatchamacallit, Max.
Take a look. People are hiding in the shade here tonight, so it's tough to find some owners. That is a really nice pickup truck with a Merc next to it. That's really cool. All right, folks, we're here with Jake, and he's got the big old boat Mercury family cruise car.
Yep.
Tell me about this one, Jake.
It's a 63.
Okay.
All original. Everything works on it. It's got a Ford 390 in it with a 3-speed Mercumatic and factory AC car. It's got the breezeway window in the back that goes down.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's a little dirty, but it's a driver. I'll drive it anywhere.
Drive it anywhere, and you can put the whole family plus a couple in it.
It's
wow. That's when they had roomy back seats, folks.
Yep. You go to the back window, you'll see that.
Oh yeah, okay.
That goes down. But
cool car. How long have you had it?
Almost 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So not a whole long time, but needs a little love, but it's
but it's an acceptable cruise night car, and you can go out and you can have fun with it.
Oh yeah. I'll drive it to Walmart, go anywhere with it. You know?
I keep mentioning to people that you don't need a bazillion-dollar car to have fun with.
Nope.
because I've got a couple of them that are not bazillion-dollar cars, and I have fun with them. So, amen. That's awesome. Well, thanks, Jake. I appreciate you taking the time to say hello and have a ball with it.
No worries.
Thank you. Ooh, nice little two-door. 33 or 4, I'm not sure which, but really cool. Now, this is a little different. It says SS396, but it's got a Ramjet 502 in it. Holy smokes. That's really cool. I like it a lot. Wow, really nice car. Nice looking Ford F-250. And probably what you would have seen in the back of it back in the day. KZ1000 LTD. Wow. Pretty cool. Black and black, they all match. A nice truck. And next to it, a little smaller, but a Dodge truck. Don't really know what year. Looks like a little custom. I don't know that they had the extra cab, but makes the seat go back a lot farther for those of us with long legs. So hooray for that. Cool little truck. All right, folks, we're here with Gary, and Gary's got this really cool Dodge pickup truck, and tell us about it, Gary.
It's a 1957.
Okay.
When I bought it, it didn't look like this.
Okay.
It wasn't terrible, but it was. I'm a 6.5 foot tall, 450-pound fat man, and I could not fit in it. So I had to have the cab extended. A good buddy of mine, Mark Robbins from Uxbridge, did all the work on this. I helped him a little bit, but mostly it was him. And now I can fit in it. It's got a 315 polyspheric engine.
Oh, really? Okay.
Which just
never heard of one of those.
Tears down the highway. It's a little bit different than their average. They only made them for a couple of years.
So it must have been just a truck engine, right? Okay.
So, but it's all original.
Okay.
And I love it. I love
there you
it.
go. And you have fun with it.
I have a blast.
How long have you had it?
God, I don't know. 3 years maybe now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
Awesome.
Not sure.
Well, thanks for taking the time to say hello.
Yeah.
Tell us about it, and
but you should talk to my wife about her car.
I'll get her next. There
All
you
right.
go. Thank
Very
you.
Good.
All right, folks. Now we're here with Lynn, and she's right next to her husband, and they go cruising together as a family. And tell us what you drive.
Well, this is a new addition to our family. It's 62 MGA.
62. Okay.
Yeah. It has an MGB engine, and it has a race cam in it as well.
Okay.
My husband bought it for me as a surprise.
Oh, isn't that nice?
About maybe 2 months ago, and we do a radio show in Woonsocket.
Okay.
I only do it on Fridays, so he had it delivered because.
Give a shout out. What's the station?
WOON.
WOON Woonsocket. Check it out, folks. Okay.
So I am a co-host on Friday.
Okay.
So he had it delivered there.
Oh, wow.
Because he can't fit in it. So he.
Okay.
So someone else had to drive it.
Okay.
And they surprised me with it. I was in love at first sight.
It's beautiful. It really is.
Beautiful. And,
I can relate with him that I probably couldn't fit in it very well. So that's probably why I don't know much about them. But I like to learn.
It's a very fun car.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about it myself because it's new. All I know is he had one when he was younger.
Okay.
Loved it. Wanted to get another one. But again, couldn't fit in it.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'll buy it for my wife.
There you go. So I'll have to find something cool for my wife too.
You will.
I will. Well, thanks, Lynn. Thanks for taking the time to say hello.
No problem.
And enjoy the heck out of it.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're here with Jack, and Jack's going to tell us about this Chevrolet Roadster. And what year is it, Jack?
1927.
27. Wow. Yep. Now it looks longer than the Chevy cars. Was it the long wheelbase? Was there a shorter wheelbase version? Or
no, they're all the same wheelbase, but touring cars, coupes, they were all the same, about the same, same wheelbase.
Okay.
This just happens to be a rumble seat Roadster.
You just don't see the Chevrolets.
No, not like the old Fords.
Yeah, the Fords are everywhere.
Yep. This was 27 was the first year Chevrolet outsold Ford.
Oh, okay.
Then Ford came out with the Model A at 28.
Right. Oh, okay.
But yeah.
So how long have you had it?
About 7 years.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's going to stay like this, I imagine.
Oh yeah, I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
I don't care what my wife says.
Because you can park it next to the shiny cars and still get more attention.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
4-cylinder?
4-cylinder, 35 horsepower.
Okay.
It's not a Hemi.
No.
Yeah.
But it goes down the road,
Yeah,
and
it goes good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for telling me about it. I appreciate it, and have a ball with it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, folks, we're here with Steve, and he's got this really big and yellow Pontiac. So what do we have going on here, Steve?
Here's a 1965 Bonneville convertible.
Okay.
It's got the original 389 4-barrel and the turbo 400 transmission. This car is very loaded.
I see the bucket seats and console, and
bucket seats, console, vacuum gauge, power windows, power seats, tilt power antenna, automatic temperature control, air conditioning, which doesn't work.
Okay.
Power vent windows.
Oh, okay.
And they actually work.
Wow.
But this car has been my summer daily driver since 1999. I have other cars, but every day when I go to work in the nice weather, if I'm going somewhere, I usually drive this, but I could drive others, but this is my summer daily driver.
Why not, right?
Right.
Exactly. They're made to drive.
That's right.
So I see the 8-lug wheels.
Right. They're original to the car.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Awesome. And it's a very, very pale yellow. Does it, you know the name of the color? Or?
Yes, I do. It's called Mayfair Maize.
Mayfair Maize. Okay. They all have fancy colors. I mean, fancy names.
In 1966, it was a little bit different, and they called it Candlelight Cream.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing, this car has a factory tilt wheel, and I'm looking at, it's got factory speed warning.
Okay.
So you set the dial, and
it lets you know, hey, slow down a little bit.
Right.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time to tell us about the car. It's beautiful. I grew up driving, I learned how to drive on my mother's 69 Bonneville station wagon, but it had a 428 4-barrel dual exhaust.
That was the basic engine on a 69 Bonneville. You could get a 400 as a delete option, but a 69 Bonneville came with a 428 4-barrel.
Wow.
The dual exhaust was an option.
The dual exhaust, yeah, and it was I'm not a fan of green, and it was that Pontiac dark green color with a
Maduro green.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I'm not a fan of it either.
Yeah, and I remember she only drove a few miles each way to work, and we couldn't keep exhaust systems on it because never got it warm enough to burn the condensation out of it.
I just replaced the mufflers and resonators in this car after about 23 years.
There you go.
So.
Yeah, what a chore, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks again. Enjoy the car and have a great night.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. We're here with Sam, and now that I pressed the record button,
so
tell us about the car, Sam.
I mean, basically, I bought it just for a family vehicle.
Okay.
I said I was never going to mod it, was never going to do anything to it, and a week later I bought a grill.
Yeah.
And then after I bought a grill, I bought some wheels.
Yep.
And then an intake.
Those are Volvo wheels too, aren't they?
Yeah, those actually just came from the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Those, I've been wanting these for many, many years. And
I was telling you, I geek out over Volvos a little bit, so.
Yeah, it's been through, I think, 3 transmissions.
Okay.
4, and 3 motors.
Okay.
I started turning the boost up, and then it was on from there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, and then I went into suspension. After suspension, actually the interior used to be all tan.
Oh, okay.
The dash, the rug, everything. And my friend Tom helped me swap it over.
You know,
charcoal.
Picking parts from my first 850, I learned that tan Volvo interiors did not hold up.
No.
Just did not. The black holds up great.
Yeah.
But the tan was a no-go.
I've kept it all-wheel drive. I mean, everything is.
Is it an original saffron car?
Yes.
Okay, because those are hen's teeth.
Yeah, I think there's only about 70 in the country left.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were that rare. That's
well,
even.
If you look down here too, these only came automatic in this country.
And it's a manual swap.
It's from an S60R.
Okay.
Yep. So the transmission's from an S60R, C30 or V70R.
Right. Yeah.
That was done about 4 years ago.
You do a lot of the work yourself?
I try to do as much, but motor and transmission work, my friends have helped me out.
Okay.
I just, don't have the time, but everything else I have pretty, wheels, brakes, suspension.
I see the Porsche calipers.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I've read about those.
Yep. I mean, pretty much everything else I've done myself. The exhaust is custom from the turbo all the way back. Okay. It's all TIG welded, all stainless steel. It's still all-wheel drive, by the way.
Wow.
Most of them are front-wheel drive now.
Right, yeah. Somebody blew an angle gear out of it.
It's usually a sleeve.
The sleeve, yeah, the collar sleeve, yeah.
It's usually a sleeve that goes, but I've kept it, and I don't launch it. The e-brake works.
I've helped my friend and fellow Volvo mechanic fix those a couple of times. And,
yeah, I just got this from Japan not too long ago. This factory wagon cover.
Wow.
From Japan.
Because where do you find one of those, right?
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. I
That's
try to
awesome.
Keep it clean, you know what I mean? It's
well, that's cool.
It's got its things here and there, but they're not easy to maintain, but
us Volvo guys got to stick together.
Yeah, it is funny. It's kind of like a cult.
So I got jokes too.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thank you, sir. I appreciate you taking the time.
No problem.
Us Volvo guys got to stick together.
Yes.
Have a great night.
Absolutely, you too.
Thanks. All right, folks, we're here with Mopar Mac, he says they call him. And I told you I got a thing for A-body darts, but this is a little bit different. So tell me about this one.
Well, this car is a 1967. It's a half-year build. The Mustangs and the Novas were beating them down at the racetrack. So they had the 273 Hypro motor kicking out.
Which was a nice little motor.
Oh yeah, and they put a 383 in this.
Ooh.
This is a Magnum. It's got the 440 heads.
Wow.
There's no power steering, power brakes. They needed that extra room to fit the motor in.
Okay.
And it's basically all original, all matching numbers.
Wow. How long have you had it?
Had it now about 6-7 years.
Okay. So you found it pretty much like this, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
Wow.
had to do some motor work because
Yep.
it sat so long.
Sure.
And I don't really beat on it, but it'll
Sure.
go.
So it's got the bells and whistles, bucket seats, console, and all
Yeah,
that
that's
sort of.
all original in here. Like I say, all original matching numbers. GTS 383.
Well, that's awesome.
Now these rims, these are real mag wheels, magnesium rims.
Okay.
These rims were only offered 1968 and 69, dot only. And when you ordered the dot, you had to order those rims through Chrysler.
Really?
Right.
Okay.
And the guy even had the caps for them too.
Oh.
So my cousin actually happened to find them for me. And a friend of mine that I get tires from, he says, well, I can get those. Those are just torque thruster wheels. And he called up his vendor and he says, he actually has some of those rims.
Surprise, surprise. They're not just torque thrust.
I lucked out,
Yeah.
you know, it was a good deal. I got.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Thanks for taking the time to tell me about the car.
If you want to look around through it.
I will.
Trunk's all solid. All the features right here. One of 228 made with the automatic in it.
Wow.
Original fender tags all there. 323 posi rear end. Everything's correct.
GTS.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Cool car.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy and have a great night.
Right.
Thank you. Little Falcon Gasser. What a cool little car. Gonna walk around. It's up in the air. And it's cool. Bet you it makes a lot of noise and have a lot of fun with it. All right, folks, we're gonna call it a night here. The battery on the phone is telling me it's tired and it's about to run out. So I guess I've done enough for tonight. Great night down here at the Beef Barn in North Smithfield, Rhode Island. Another bunch of great automobiles and awesome stories with really nice people. Had a bunch of people come up and say they enjoy the channel. That it's just flabbergasting. I'm humbled by the positive support. So that's really cool. Thank you for that. Thank you for everyone for watching. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget, click the like button. hit the subscribe and ring that notification bell, because you're not going to want to miss some of the really cool stuff I've got planned coming up. And I can't wait to get there and share that all with all of y'all. So thanks for watching the channel. Again, down here at the Beef Barn in North Smithfield, Rhode Island, Tuesday night, cruise night. And get here if you can, because it's a really cool atmosphere, and they got really good sandwiches and roast beef and clam cakes and all kinds of other good stuff. So get out, use your cars, enjoy them. We've got a short summer up here in New England, and have a ball. If you enjoyed the video and you subscribe, check out the rest of the channel. There's a bunch of other videos up there, and a lot of cool stories from other cars and other shows. So entertainment for all. Again, so thanks again for watching, folks, and let's go car cruising.